Hey everybody, welcome back one more time to Model Showcase. Bob here with you. Hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy in these times. Alright, got a little something different on the bench this time. I purchased this from a good friend of mine out in Missouri, Mr. Rick Connell. And he's been able to find kits at a very reasonable price. This has been on my wish list for quite a while. Now with this one though, it came with no instructions, so thanks to some other people that helped out, got me hooked up with scale mates, and I got the instructions how to do this. But everything is here when I opened it up, and as you can see, I even got a little few extra parts along with it, so I have to track that down and see where they go. But as you can see, it's an older kit, and we're going to have some fun with this one, everybody. And it's going to be basically a how-to with the older kits, what to watch out for, how to detail them a little bit more. You know, nothing really extravagant, but to make them look good. All right, so stay tuned everybody, and I'll be with you in a little while. Okay everybody, as you can see here, I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. With these older kits, you're going to have a lot of flash, as you can see here, on certain parts. This one is relatively clean. Now when you purchase these older kits, you got to remember they've been knocked around. A lot of the parts will fall off the sprues, so be prepared to clean up little items like where they broke off. Then you got flash here, you know, clean up these little tabs, and you're basically going to have a good start. The usual tools, you know, your nippers, some good sanding sticks and flat area sticks, and an extremely sharp knife. This is going to help your build no matter what you entangle with here. Alright, so right now I'm just going to start cleaning up a little of the flash here. Comes off real nice and clean, just could be gentle with it. That noise you hear in the background is my air conditioning. Because yes, it does get hot in here. Well, it's summertime, folks, in the South. Gotta love it. Alright. Yeah, just gotta be easy with that. Now you can dress that up with a little bit of sandpaper or your sanding sticks. But now these nubs here where it broke off the sprues, just be careful. Just slip that right off of there. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was a little tough piece. And the same way with this one here. A little cut and a little shave. Now you get your sanding stick, and look at that, it's gone. 1, 2, 3. Alright, then we're going to start assembling this, and we're going to pick out some details onto it and the colors and whatnot, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, as you can see, I got all the little lumps and bumps and flash taken off of this. Now, like any good modeler, you're going to test fit to make sure everything's going to go together right. Now I notice back here it's a little snug, and we're going to have some gaps. And make sure everything's all lined up properly. I hope you can see that. Get my big hand out of the way. So I'll pull it apart, and we insert a piece, helps hold your propeller on. And now we're going to start assembling. Now again, pay close attention. Everything sits, make sure it's gonna match up okay. As with this one here, I see we're going to have few little issues with it. So, you notice some of these pins, locating pins here, are a little thick, and that's holding this apart. So, no big worry. We just snip them out of our way. Not a big deal. Keep one or two to help, with alignment. Now they're cut below the mold halves here. Let's put our piece back in for the prop. And we'll lay this together. Oh yeah, much better fit. Look at that. Much better. Much better. We're still going to have some issues with some gaps. I'm not really going to worry too much about it. I really don't think we're going to see this. But you can always fill it in. Remember, this is your model that you're working on, and you're doing it for yourself. So whatever works for you, that's the best way to go. Alright, now get out the old 10X 7R. Yes, this is my last bottle. I bought a bunch of this a long time ago. And this is a capillary glue, pretty much like the Tamiya or Tamiya, tomato. And we just touch right in here, let it start flowing in. And what I like about this, when you touch along and let it start flowing a little bit, is that you'll get a nice little bead of molten plastic as it starts to set. And there you are, that's instant filler. Touch right in there. Get another little right in here. Just work slowly. Keep pressure onto it. See, now I hope you can see that. A tiny little bead of molten plastic there. It's starting to work. And that you can shade that off with a razor knife, or take a little flexi file or regular file and get it. Make sure everything's still lined up real good. Just take your time doing this. Just take your time. That's the main thing. A little shot right in there. Oh, look at that. I was starting to show something here. Look at that. A little dab. Keep everything lined up properly. Yeah. Now for you older modelers, the larger scale is a lot easier to work with. As for myself, I'm getting up in my years too, and always enjoyed doing the 1/72nd scale planes. You can still super detail them to the max, and they look great. Now with the larger kits though, you can really have a grand time super detailing this stuff. It depends how much time you want to put into it, is what you're going to get back out of it. Now with this one here, I'm going to do a little detailing onto it. I'll show you how to do that. It's not that hard, and you come out with a really good looking model. Alright, let's continue on here with gluing. Now I'm not too worried about that point hanging out, because I keep everything together. No moving parts or stuff like that. Now, it was okay maybe back in the 60s and 70s, but not today. Now let's see, we're going to have some issues here. Not too bad. There we go. She's starting to bubble up a little bit. A little drop right in there. And just remember, a dab will do you. You don't have to go crazy with this. Let it work down into the joints. Now I see here on the bottom part, we're going to have a little issue. Might have to put a little bit of filler in there, even though, like I said earlier, you're probably not going to see it once it's assembled, but I like to try to keep it together as best as possible, make it look good. And dollop right in there. Let it sit down in there, get a good squeeze. Now I do have clamps and whatnot, and this works pretty good though for me. And there we have it. All right, we got started on this. Starting to look good. And there we have it. Not too bad, not too bad. I said we'll dress that up real good. Got my old clamp here. Yes, you can tell how old that clamp is. I've had this for many, many years. If I can get my fingers to work. There we go. Let's let her sit there for a little while and cure. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit with some more. So don't go away. Alright. Everything is pretty well glued. Got plenty of time to cure. Now comes the fun part of getting all these little lines and everything to settle down and fill in these little gaps. You have the old little flexi file sticks. These work wonders. And I got a coarse side and a finishing side to it. I hope you all can see that. But you know, quick pass, few passes over it. You can actually, I think you can hear that in the way I'm cutting away at it. You don't hear that rough sound anymore. Flip it over. Now, pretty much the seam is starting to disappear. That's what we're trying to do, get rid of the seams. And on this motor here, there's a lot of them. That's basically how you start it. I've this flat bottom here, that's actually in pretty good shape. Let's see if I can't shave some of that away. Now, you can see that. That come out pretty good. Here's part of where the supercharger goes into the intakes. And try to clean that up a little bit. You see that. I'll take the file again. Not that hard. Yeah, it's starting to look respectable. Alright. Alright folks, I'm going to end this here for now. We got this started. And I'm going to work on this. I don't want to bore everybody here by sanding this. But these older kits, they're fun to get. If you want to collect them, hey, that's fine. Not build them. Personally, myself, I get them because I like to build. But a little word of caution: the plastic's older. It's a little bit more brittle. You have to show a little bit more care in removing the parts from the sprues. If you receive a box that's still sealed, factory sealed, alright, you're in good shape there. If the box is open, okay, make sure all your components are there. Sometimes you might have one or two pieces missing or a whole sprue. Let the buyer beware on that. I deal with some pretty reputable people through the club that I belong to, and that's the $20 Modelers Club. Great bunch of people. We have modelers from all over the world. And I purchased this from Rick Connell, a good friend of mine. Been dealing with him for a while. Another gentleman is Ed Yamamoto, another great fellow to deal with. And there's a few others there I can't think off the top of my head, but I will mention them. But again, the $20 Modelers Club, it's on Facebook. Check it out. And there's a few satellites off of that too. The Old Man Saloon, the Great Build. And there's a lot of neat things. So go ahead and join if you want to have a good time and look at some great looking models, or just, you know, have a good time talking back and forth with people on how to build or what's out there or new techniques. All right. So listen, everybody, I'm going to sign off for now. Please take care of yourselves and one another. It's a rough world out there, and I want to keep on talking to you folks and having all your comments come on back to me. All right. So this is Bob. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.